Good
Quite a
morning.
day in the nudes this morning. I'm sure everybody's seen the story. The FBI raids Trump.
It's
Uh,
weird.
yeah, it is kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, they think that he's got like nuclear paperwork, nuclear weaponry and stuff. And I think they're gonna
Some
throw
kind.
anything out.
Yeah. This is one of those.
WMDs.
This is one of those ones where it's like, depending on what side you listen to, this will spark up some of those real passionate Karens. You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
regards to people, I knew he was stealing American
Lock
documents.
him up.
Lock him up. And then there's other people going around like, this is the Watergate scandal all
It's
over again.
collusion.
Collusion. Oh my God, man. And of course, I don't know who to believe because it's fucking government. Never know which side to believe. But it's like, I guess the president didn't order this. This was the FBI. A judge ordered a warrant to be fulfilled on Marcialago, the Trump residence in Florida, and it was executed. And whether they found something or not, I have no idea. But FBI stormed Trump's residence for essentially, quote unquote, having what was. Sorry, Wink, do you have the document pulled up?
Yeah, they
Uh,
think that he may have had
the papers. There was
paperwork
something.
for nuclear weapons. Like they're throwing shit out. Listen, I don't like Trump at all. Never have, never will. Don't like Biden either, just to be clear.
Yeah.
This seems like some bullshit, if I'm being honest with you. We waited this long. FBI's been digging this deep, and Trump
And
stole nuclear. I don't know. I guess if he's gonna
yeah,
sell it, maybe. Like,
I have no idea.
it feels like a
Like
reach, man. It feels like a
I,
fucking reach.
I've never been a Trump guy either. I am a fan of the spectacle, though. Let's be real, because
Entertaining all day.
please, if
Way
like
more entertaining than fucking Brandon. Way more.
100%, or even
Way more.
JT pure man. You know what I'm saying? Like the entertainment value is 100.
I don't know. JT's dad might or might not be
Castro, don't say
Castro.
Castro.
I'm
Oh
just
my.
saying that's fucking entertainment in its own.
Yeah, it is.
That is.
It's old entertainment. That one's been around forever. But to hear that, the FBI is going after a former president is unprecedented. This has never happened before. So it makes you wonder. I know that the right is saying that the left is arming the judicial branch and essentially weaponizing it against their political opponents. The left says, well, no, you stole documents, nuclear documents that are sensitive to intel or whatever, to national security. We want them back. We want them back. So it's like, if you took something, well, we should get it back. But if you didn't take anything, and this is just like a character assassination on behalf of someone else, then it's like, holy crap! No matter which way you dice this, you've got yourself one hell of a pie here.
I just don't know. Like, are we in like 1984? Like he's got a stack of papers.
Yeah, you know what he's got a clipboard, bro. He's got
like they're getting like a shoebox of paperwork that he stashed, he put in his waistband and walked out. Like, come on, what the fuck are we talking about here? What the fuck are we talking about here?
Classified.
This is what it boils down to. Is
there ain't
like
no papers.
He probably had something else that they're not going to talk about. That they're
Of
like,
course.
shit. Like if he says anything about this, we're fucked.
There's got to be something else from both sides. Both sides. Neither story makes fucking sense.
And this is where another system of no one trusting America. You know what I'm saying? Our government just lets us know again that we can't trust you.
This is just one more thing where it's like, rather than our politicians focusing on what's important, in my opinion, national security, borders, military, war overseas,
or not even that, maybe just crazy ass Americans killing each other.
Even if you pick that one,
that seems to be the focus on the TV. So
it's just like, these are the things we're worried about, man. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, like, Trump's a very influential, very powerful guy. If, let's say, anyone else got a hold of some classified American documents, it is a threat. It is a threat if it's true. But at the same time, it's like, the amount of, how much did this investigation cost? How much did the warrant cost? How many levels of government did this involve? How much did the raid cost? Are we really using our, like, I don't want to be facetious, maybe there's something here. Let's not, what the fuck do I know? I don't know.
I'm convinced there's something. I just don't believe it's this nuclear fucking documents.
But then again, it's like, a warrant isn't both sides would have been given the warrant. Like Trump says, make
Allegedly,
the
he didn't.
warrant. They have to, right? It's a warrant. It's an execution of a warrant. They have to show the warrant. And you can't tell me the FBI is raiding a top level, an ex-president without due diligence. Come on. Come
That's
on.
what I'm
Of
saying.
course
So
there's a
it's.
warrant. And it had to be served. Both sides will have a copy of it. So show it. Show it. Let's see what it says.
I
But
think it's just in a
we'll never see.
situation of like.
We're laymen. We're like just regular people, you know?
Well,
We'll get what
that
we're
and it's
told
like. I
or
don't know,
what they want
man.
us to have.
There's always more sides to the story. Like we're hearing, like we know
Always.
here. In this case, it's like we don't know exactly what the details are. We know what they're telling us. And the fact that we are finding about like this is happening so far out from when he was the president, I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. And they'd go to Mar-a-Lago. That's where part of me just doesn't buy anything. That's really most of what it is. But then at the same time, this just seems so fucking odd.
It does.
It just doesn't like I don't know.
We're on the same.
We begin
Boxes
this
and
out.
documents and Trump. Like so, he walked out of the White House with these people with boxes of shit. And they're like, hey,
Yep.
you can't take those. He says, no, you do what you want.
No, they didn't say anything. Apparently, they were just like, "Oh, he's just taking boxes of shit
Boxes of
because
documents.
that's normal." And like you said, who has paper? Like, come on, paper's the most most.
And I do because I'm seeing it on the
vulnerable.
Twitch thing here. You guys got to learn to like. Don't be like, well, but look what he did. It's like it's totally irrelevant. Not a person has said one thing about the shitty Clintons. Not one. So I don't see how any of that's relevant to anything here.
With
But I've seen it a
this?
few times. Yeah.
No,
But it's like, well,
no,
why aren't they going after? It's like if you get busted and you're like, well, what about terrorists? It's like,
Yeah.
well, you assaulted somebody, bro.
Yeah. It's just this
But
one.
what about in 1994? Like, what? That's not relevant. But it's okay.
Right.
It's okay. But
This
what about?
This is the thing that when we have these conversations, like it becomes a mud slinging contest, is what it does. It's like who can sling more shit rather than addressing the actual issue here. It's like
Which
trying
is the
to get
government.
right. It's like they're all evil. Like let's be honest. Let's be honest here. There isn't.
Yeah,
one
if you don't
that's
think
better
some
than
rich
the
ass
other.
fucking billionaire, this is what my big thing is for all the wealth sympathizers. You don't think some rich ass motherfucking billionaire who has a record of fucking over employees and people and all sorts of shit is a nice guy, and you don't think some other old fucker who's connected to the government since the beginning of his
Career
life and his son is a
politicians.
crackhead is a
Career
nice guy? Like,
politicians.
yeah, these
Yeah.
are fucking trash can people, man. Like, so
These
to
are
defend either
people-
side is pretty fucking odd. It's
It's
like saying R.
tough.
Kelly is a good dude. Like,
Yeah, it
good
really
songs,
is.
bangers.
It really is. If R. Kelly was a politician, there would be people that'd be all over being like,
exactly.
Yeah, what? No, what about?
They're just trying to cancel him.
Same thing. If Epstein was a political candidate, you know what I mean? It'd be a whole different story. There'd be
Like,
a whole
what about Genuine?
Yeah,
what about
there'd be
Genuine?
a whole side of people trying to defend him, being like, "What about?
Well,
What
Brian
about?"
McKnight.
But it's politics. But it's politics. So for some reason, they get a pass by their home team. Like it's. I don't know what it is. If your team commits some kind of atrocity or some kind of act, a heinous act of sorts, if it's on your team for some reason, it's tolerable. You know what I mean? But if it's outside of politics, it's different. It's different. You can shit on it. But if it's politics, your team doesn't do bad. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, what are you talking about? Both these teams are evil.
Tribalism.
Oh, it's tribalism, 100%. But the thing is that like I believe, or at least I try to separate myself. I understand you got to play the game. If you want to play politics, if you want to have influence, if you want to have, some kind of say on the game, you have to play politics, and not politics the game. I mean the actual process of politics, elections and government and bureaucracy and red tape and all that. You have to do that. It's just unfortunate that game is twisted. It's fucked. It's so corrupt from the bottom up. And if you want to have any real change in it, you don't have much of a chance because there's a very hard establishment. They're grassroots that are so far like think of all the old people that are still running these parties. You know what I mean? Like in Canada, my Conservative Party, and I'm not shitting on anyone, I'm just picking examples. My Conservative Party still is run by a prime minister that we had over almost 15 years ago or 10 years ago. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, wait a second. You know, same thing goes for the Liberal Party and the
Oh yeah, they're
Democrats and
all
the
old as
Republicans.
shit,
They're
crooked.
all old, and we talked about that power. It's like
Yeah.
when you get that old and you've like solidified the system, you're not going to give up power. You're
No.
not going to give it away to
But
these
this is
young
why I don't even
chaps.
believe the government. Like when shit like this, the CIA, the FBI, anything involved that the government has a hand in, so to speak, I don't trust shit because they don't tell us shit. We find out
Nope,
decades later what they were doing was some other motive. And it's like, whoa, whoa,
100%.
whoa, whoa. And you hear it on the fucking Joe Rogan show or something. Got to look it up. You're like, son of a bitch. That is a real document they released. Turns out they were drugging people and fucking having hookers come in and do like just the
Yeah,
craziest stuff. So this is where when things like this come out, I don't fucking believe they're saying he has what he has. I think either A, there's some other crooked shit, or B, it's almost I wouldn't say harassment, but like keeping him on the toes type of shit, you know? Because
it's
like maybe
it's
he
it's
knows some stuff.
I would say it's something like that you hear in other countries where it's like, you know, political opponents are spying on their rivals, you know, and threatening them. Like I'm not going to compare this to like Russia, where fucking Putin is poisoning people, but it's you know it starts like that maybe, you know, where it's like it starts off with someone just using, you know, maybe a branch of the government to reach into someone else's life. Now I'm not saying it's one way or the other, because you and I agree on this. There's more to it. I'm not saying that he doesn't have this fucking clipboard of papers, but there's more to it. Don't tell me that he's got a clipboard and that's it. Like, come on, come on.
He's got a box of
Of
paper.
nuclear codes, he's got a box of paper, and you can't tell me that we just can't change these codes. Like, come on, man.
I
So,
just don't.
like,
Yeah,
you can't. He if they know what he has or doesn't have or whatever, you know, it's like can't you just change it or
yeah,
something? You know, I don't
yeah.
know,
I
man.
know.
Come on,
Like
it's the American government, so
this is my
I don't
biggest
trust it.
thing.
I don't trust it either, bro.
Yeah,
And I think and I don't know. We got to move on, but it's just I feel like as a people we get caught into just picking a team, but we forget that the real team is the family you have at home, man. It's the friends that you surround yourself with. It's the community that you live in. That's where you should be concerned. That's that passion that you feel where it's like you need to call somebody out because they're pro insert politician here. No. No. You've got children in your own community that are starving. You've got people that are really, really hurting that could seriously use some help. That's the attention we should be giving. Not
well, dude.
this. Who cares what happens in Marcialago, for fuck's sakes?
Well, I don't even think we said the name right. For one, for
Oh, I
two,
don't know how to say it.
I only reason I care is because it's like, what's the deeper conspiracy?
Oh, I want to dive in.
Because
No,
again,
that's
like I said, I don't
you and I
like Trump and
care.
I don't like Biden and I don't like the government. So I want to know what's really happening.
I think you and I are an exception to this, though, bro. You and I can have a conversation without being like,
Yeah,
fuck
I don't
you,
care that
Trump,
much.
fuck
Yeah.
you, Brandon. You know what I mean? It's like, no, no, no. You and I know there's a bigger story here. That's what we're interested in. There's something that they don't want us to know. Fuck the beginning. Fuck the
Yeah, fuck the
distraction.
specific of who it is. It's what it
Forget that
is.
it's just like whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, it's like you find a dirty magazine. It's like there's more than just a cover
Just
there.
hot.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying? So it's like
exactly.
you dive
Open up,
in,
turn it sideways. Let's see the
see
real.
some good fro. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, I just there's more there. That's and I think that's what we should be caught up on rather than just the detail. What do they say? The devil's in the details. You know? So
It's true. It's
yeah,
true.